Hey, hello, world. Welcome back to OnlyFiller podcast, the cheese to your stuffed crust. I am LDJ, and with me always sipping from his coffee cup. It's Sabusa TV, aka the Ghost of Tsushima. What's up, fish?
Yo, what's up? Been a while, but war happens. Adulting.
Adulting. I think this is gonna be like the cadence that we will have moving forward. Like once every 2 week 3 week, depending. I think this is what
Um,
they're landing right now. We need to make it maybe more official and try to have our people be looking out for that because I think once a week is getting it's
it's
getting
getting harsh because something always comes out of nowhere. Maybe something like health related or something personal comes up. I don't happens or you just can't deal with life right now and you just gotta move on and stuff like that, but yeah, it's gonna happen. It's not, I don't see the need to stop. It's not like this is consuming our lives, so it's okay, it's fine. And somehow sometimes like the 2 week gap gives a lot of
material.
time. Yeah, gives time to, remember this happened, remember that release, remember this comment, remember a war just happened on the Middle East. I don't know. Yeah, those kind of
Still happens.
stuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still happen, which is complicated. It's just like, oh god, so what now?
What
Give
now?
we came off of COVID pandemic. Now we got a war on the horizon. Then you got tsunamis. Then you got earthquakes, and this is becoming more apocalyptic.
Every now and then, yeah. Just so going back to filler stuff, do you like cheese stuff, like pizza stuff, stuffed crust, or not?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
team
yeah.
stuffed crust or no, man?
Yeah, I like it. The issue is that it bumps the price a lot. Like it is like, I don't know, say $10 with the cheese is 15, and you're like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not such a fan. I get the point. Sometimes it's a good cheese. Sometimes it's just whatever cheese that they put inside,
Yeah, the cheese is important.
and sometimes I feel like they to be able to like to bread or to stuff properly the cheese, they make like the crust more like, I don't know, like dense, like bread, like that type of. And I like a crust that is light. I'm not a thin crust guy, so I only like crust that is very light. So because I feel like I'm just eating, bread if it's too dense and a lot of
Bread is amazing.
that kind of bread is not. So I prefer my crust to be, spongy and
Mm.
very light, if you will, and so if when they try to stuff it with cheese, they have to make the dough like more dense around the cheese so it can hold the cheese. So I don't like that a lot. Have issues with some crust out there. And yeah, next week you will be able to.
So yeah, no, crust on bread are they're not easy to maximize. I don't know, to get the most out of the flavor, because, well, I only lived there like 6 months, but in my first month I noticed something in America, and I gotta ask you, what is your opinion on bread in America, in North America?
So I don't eat a lot of bread because I'm old, but
Because old.
that's the truth. And so when I do, we only like eat like sliced bread, for sandwiches,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that stuff is pretty. It's pretty same thing. Sometimes we have like cinnamon type of sliced bread just to change. But yeah, other than that, the bread that I eat is on sandwiches or burgers.
Yeah. Mm.
Like a brioche type of bread. So yeah, it's not like we go outside and or to a grocery store and we buy, the little 1,000 pesos um, bread that you can
You,
dip
you you
into
will have to change the 1,000 now. It's more like 5,000. But
5,000. Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, we don't tend to do that a lot. So I think
Okay,
that's why
so
we don't
yeah,
like. Yeah.
no, I asked because the by the short amount of time that I spent there, I came to the conclusion that Americans, like North American people in the United States, they don't know how to make bread. They suck at it. They're really bad. Their bread is really plain. It's really the dough. I don't know if it's the dough or how they prepare it, but they're like,
Like
how like here you go out and the bakery next to you is amazing. Like is no matter, and it's cheap and it's affordable, and you can get whatever crap you want there. But there it's really hard to
because you're
find
because you're
that.
shopping in Walmart or something like that.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not like
but
you're
you will have to
shopping.
go to a special bakery in order to get decent bread there.
Yeah, yeah, because in Walmart you will not find everything you
Nah,
find like in Walmart or 7-Eleven is just mass produced type of
bimbo.
industry. Yeah, like Bimbo or even worse. Bimbo is fine
Mm, mm.
compared to some brands. But yeah, if you want to have like proper bread, for example, in New York, right? In New York, you can find like bagels. But if you wanna, bagels are very famous in New York. But
But
if
that's
you
their thing.
yeah, but if you go to, I don't know, if you go to a Walmart or even a
Oh
7-Eleven,
no, it's a
even in New
nightmare.
York, it's gonna be a bad bagel. But if you go like to a proper shop of bagels, you're gonna get a good one. So I think, yeah, here it's just that the convenience stores and Walmarts are more prevalent. So everyone goes to Walmart. Everyone goes to, you
So
know,
there you go. So if you go by that train of thought, if it's not like really easy to cut, your bread is not easy to come by,
yeah, it's
then
not
the crust is gonna be it's not going to be that easy to pull off as well, because I don't know, bakery there is weird. You know how here to be a baker is not that good, but be a baker there is different. That's, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, and I never understood that. I really, in my 6 months there, I really suffer with bread because I like to have a sandwich because it's really easy. You just put some meat between it, and there you go. You go eat.
yeah.
But it's weird. America is weird, especially with the food. But
So you have to that type of stuff you have to buy from, I think, um from immigrant type of
place.
places,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
Italians, for example. If you go to
Mm-hmm.
an Italian place, you will find good bread, or if you go to Latin, you will find good bread, stuff like that. But if you go, yeah, America is just as big as how many people you have. Okay, man. Okay, man. How was your week?
Yeah.
Regarding gaming, you finished Ghost of Tsushima. I
I
I know that for sure.
I I play all the games that like 3 streams ago you said I will never play in my life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good. That was the intention. We
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima was really really good. Was really, I really love my main, like the combat. The way the combat feels
told you. Yeah.
is really good, and it saddens me to say this because I wish I Jedi Survivor. What's the name of it? I
The one that I'm playing, or
Yeah, Fallen Order is the
Fallen
name.
Order. Yeah.
Yeah, Fallen Order. You know how that combat in that game, well, it's not bad, but I feel like the lightsaber is like a stick. You don't feel like the
You're cutting.
how dangerous it is, right? Because it's supposed to be 1,000 degrees Celsius
Yeah, yeah,
light, but you hit people with it and you're like, they're still there. They should be cut in half or something like that. But in Ghost of Tsushima, they make feel the katana like really dangerous. Like every hit is like, oh, you got struck.
yeah.
Uh,
You feel it, and the animation on the guy.
yeah, and the guys twitch and like, oh god, I'm dying.
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
you don't get that same feeling in the Jedi Survivor, and that was something that I felt really luster like in the game in
You
the
know,
combat.
comparing, and now that you mentioned comparing a Fallen Order to Ghost of Tsushima, there's another mechanic that it's just not quite as polished as in Ghost of Tsushima, and it's the parry. I don't know, but
Yeah,
the parry in Ghost of Tsushima is just so perfectly
it's
like
satisfying. It's satisfying.
and time, that you feel
Mm.
like you're in control. Sometimes with Fallen Order, I just feel like it's a little bit random, like
It
the
is because it is. Because it is.
because the I don't know, the window sometimes doesn't make sense. While in Ghost of Tsushima, you can see the sword of the other guy, and if you time it, it will parry. Just as
Yeah.
simple as that.
Uh-huh.
But here, I don't know, the creatures are different, and even with the humanoids, when they have sticks and you're timing, I'm trying to time it as if I were in Ghost of Tsushima, and it doesn't work like all the time. So sometimes I feel just spammy.
You feel smashing and you it's not satisfying. You don't feel in control, and when that happens, it feels the combat not
It's not as
it,
polished, it's not
it's
as
not all.
polished,
Yeah.
it's not as responsive as the Ghost of Tsushima is a masterpiece, man. It's just even
It's a
and
love letter. It's a love letter to Japanese culture in so many
in
ways.
so many ways, it's just beautiful. And to start from the start to finish, it's just beautiful Japanese like culture and understanding, and the story of the game is very good story, gameplay wise. It's an open world, but you
But it's okay. It's
feel,
big, but it's not that big.
yeah, it's big, but it's not a big, but you feel different, from that mechanic of, being guided by the wind. It feels like you are exploring, like you're in a mystical place. Like if you want to play that way, you can just let the game with the world and the wind guide you, or you're following that fox. It's just not like you have a map full of points like Ubisoft likes to do. It's more
No, Ubisoft
like
is a nightmare. They don't
like
know
the
how to do that.
like the world is guiding you whenever you want to
Mm.
explore and do that type of open world content. You just ask the world to guide you, and you can see now where it is. It's palatable. You can enjoy it whenever you want to do that. If you don't want to do it, you can just go straight to the finish line, and you won't see your map full of points. But if you want to do it, you just ask the world to guide you to wherever you want to go, and then you will see it. It's just, it's very good put. So if someone wants to do it, there it is. If someone wants to ignore it, he can ignore it that completely, and just it's just very good. It's just, and the mini
Yeah.
games. Did you enjoy the whole like breaking the bamboos or slashing the bamboos and stuff like
Oh, some of them they were like driving me
that?
crazy because I
Challenging.
was
Yeah,
there was like oh and just missing the last one.
yeah. Some of them were challenging, but it was good. It was so good. It was
No,
just all the
it
stuff.
it's really good. Did you play the Iki Island
Yeah, yeah,
DLC?
I did. Yeah,
Okay.
they gave it in the extra. Is it the extra? Yeah, they gave it completely with the Iki Island, the shamans. That
They were annoying. I was like, I'm gonna kill you now.
yeah, it was. It's gonna be the first one just because you are so loud.
You're making that noise. You're gonna die just for that.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. The Iki Island was also a good DLC. I thought it was.
Yeah, it was overall. I don't correct me. I don't know if you know, but correct me if I'm wrong. I know that the game wasn't developed by a full Japanese team. and because it was mostly developed in America or something like that. And I found it really funny. But back then, when the game released, um a lot of people, not even Japanese, and I love this because they were other people from different cultures, from Japanese. There was, this is culture appropriation. You cannot take another culture and make a game around it. That's disrespectful. Blah 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 blah, blah. And just people being people. And
Yeah.
and then the Japanese, I don't know who from Japan said like, um, we play Ghost of Tsushima. We are honored by this game. We are really thankful for this love letter to Japan.
It's so beautiful, man. This is done by developed by Soccer Punch, so it's an American
Company, right?
company.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I can
yeah. And
imagine.
the main language of the game is English, and you can play in Japanese, but you're supposed to play in English because that was like the main language it was developed for. And and it was hilarious, but because people trying to entitle themselves by defending another culture, and they were just feeling praise, like, thank you, this is amazing.
Yeah, no, it was, man. It was. It's such a good. It's such a good, and people are just dying for a successor and of Ghost of Tsushima. You know, this is a easy win for PlayStation if they announce a Ghost of Tsushima 2 or something like that. And I know that other companies are trying to do the spiritual successor of Ghost of Tsushima, and I've seen some gameplay and it looks great. But it's just a great formula overall, and they did it. They were masterpiece. I really enjoyed that game when I played it, and I was surprised, pleasantly surprised um, by that game. It's just it's just good. It's just very very good.
And
Um,
it's good. They and what you mentioned, how the traversal, how they explore the traversal experience through the world, like what they did with the wind and all that. That you feel like nothing, like it's not a marker or a pointer or something. It's just they make it natural, and it's because they don't have basically an interface outside of combat. Not even in combat. In combat, you only see your life and your
and your
resolve and
souls.
parry. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's it. And that's really 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 clean. It's clean. So when you're
it's
looking at the screen, is you're looking at the game, and the game is beautiful, like you mentioned. It's pretty.
yeah, it's just pretty, and exploring it and getting to the shrines and stuff like that. It's just very very pretty game. A cool game with cool customizations. I loved like the different outfits that you could gain and throughout the game, the story. Yeah.
I love when I got the, I don't know, the outfit that is only like the top bottom of him going. Did you get that one? Like he is just basically naked. He's
Naked.
just he's
Yeah,
basically naked running around, and he has an inscription on it like, oh, Gene said this when he was drunk and when he has too much sake, and I was like, this is fun. This is fun.
yeah, yeah, it was fun. Other than that, man, I know that your wife is playing Hogwarts Legacy. How is she
No, but she
doing?
hasn't played much, to be honest. She
Oh,
only,
really?
yeah, no, she has played it like two times, and I wasn't with her when she played, so I don't know how far she is. I haven't seen anything about. I only saw like the character creation screen because she spent like 30 minutes on it. She was trying, yeah, she was like, which one looks more like me? Like, uh I and I get what games do that, but most of the time I don't waste time or on that. I just like want to get into the game. Give me the most
It, de-
okay character, and
it
that's it.
depends. If it's a single game, it's a waste of time, right? I don't know why companies like, they waste too much time in like character creation for a single player game. You're gonna play it 40 hours and then you're gonna delete it and you're not gonna see that character again.
Hmm.
But if you're gonna play something like an MMO, right, that you're gonna play that for 10 years or whatever, right, then it makes sense that like you like it, like that you are uh, that you like the character and stuff like that, and maybe there you can put a little bit of more time into character creation. But single player is just like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Just
Yeah, like well, until last year, I didn't understand how much she loves that universe, because obviously we traveled to Orlando. We went to the Universal Park, and she was basically crying when she was there. And like, huh, really?
is she like that Potterhead? Like
Like,
even
but she hasn't read the book. She's
that
planning.
that was my
Yeah,
next question. Like you and I, we read the books, but
yeah, I don't know, but she's really invested in the universe, I guess, in how she, and as you, she hates the new movies so
yeah,
much. They're bad. They're bad. That's how it is. But
I know.
she really loves the Harry Potter universe. But and I was like, huh, okay,
That's
I like it,
I
but
like do. I was a bigger fan back then than I am right now, I would
yeah,
say.
you were raised with the books, because you were reading them as they
As
came.
they came out, and I had
Yeah,
to read some in English because there was no translation at the time for Spanish. Yeah, but yeah, it's just like yeah, I was raised with them, and I saw the movies as they were came out as well. But yeah, I didn't know that about Android. That's good to know. The thing with Harry Potter is just that it's just the movies, and that's it. The expanded universe is it's been very difficult for these.
so you're really looking forward to the TV series remake.
I I saw a post on Instagram like of a fan page like who can play Severus Snape, right? And they were fan casting um, this guy from Star Wars.
Oh, he looks like just like him. I always forget his name. He's
He's good.
Adam Driver. Adam Driver.
He's a good actor. But I thought if they can get that guy to play like a TV series, they can get anyone. But I don't think they will be able to get.
Nah, I think he's got really famous
Nah,
on his
he's
own.
really good. He's been like
Yeah,
nominated to Oscars and a couple
yeah.
of times, and maybe he already won one. I don't know, but he's
He
good.
he will be the perfect replacement for Alan Rickman, uh, because he just looks like him.
No, his physique and his acting capabilities is just there, but he's really big.
Yeah,
I don't think he
that's
can
good.
take him.
I don't. They can pull him off. He no, unless he's like a really Potterhead or something like that, and maybe he wants the part. But I don't. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that casting is everything. I don't know, and I get they're trying to maybe lure the newer generations into Harry Potter. But it's just too soon. It's just too soon because the actual fans are still here,
We're
and
still alive.
we're still alive. Wait until we are maybe 60 or something like that, and then you can do a remake. But the newer generation, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of backlash from the actual generation, and I don't know.
I don't get how these companies they don't understand that they caught lighting in a bottle, because what may also Harry Potter movies, like the how many movies there are, eight,
Uh, the
the
last one,
original ones, I guess.
8. Yeah, I think it was 8,
I
6.
can't, yeah,
I
because I
think
know
yeah,
they
yeah, the
split.
6. Yeah, they split in 3. Right?
Yeah, I don't. That's that. Well, the original seven books movies. Um, they what it made it so good is that we were growing as the character grew at the same time. I remember when I saw the first movie in
Sure.
theaters, I was like, I don't know what, 14. I don't can't remember, something like that. And the first movie is okay. Is for me the best movie is the Prisoner of Azkaban, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, Prisoner of Azkaban was not the first. The first one is
No,
the
no, the best, the
Philosopher's Stone.
best.
Ah, the best. Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
So my take is, and everyone knows this, is J.K. Rowling uh, was writing Harry Potter for kids. This was a kids
Hmm.
like
Series.
story
Hmm.
series, yeah, and so that's why the first movie is very like kid friendly, like kind of maybe Disney, if you wanna, like type of thing, and then it goes and it grows and it matures into a little bit more dark. From the Prison of Azkaban, Azkaban is where you get like that change
Yeah.
from more like a kid's tone into maybe more like a teenager or mature tone, and I think that's where it starts shifting, the Prisoner of Azkaban. But yeah, it's just this is a kids series. That's why I'm surprised that uh, your wife is still so invested, right? Because we
No, she really loves it, and she said like, I want to go again. Like, I don't mind that.
Oh my god.
I don't mind that.
Oh
I don't mind that. We can do that again. I don't care. You came to the right place.
no, she came to the perfect place. Are you ever gonna not go to Orlando? Man.
I don't know. Life will tell. I don't, then Bruce is gonna be there, so it's gonna be cheaper.
She's gonna be in Miami. I don't know if that's cheaper for Orlando,
Oh
but
yeah, Miami is expensive, so I can crash in the couch. I don't
and,
mind.
and you're gonna travel to Orlando 3 hours every day to go to see Harry Potter.
I don't mind. It's okay. I don't, and
The-
because it's okay. The thing is that I want. Have you ever been? No, and this is different. This is different. This is not going to the parks. Have you been to Hollywood Horror Nights?
No, I don't think I have. I don't think I have. No, not yet.
This is something that everyone should experience at least once, because the parks become like this. I don't. You know how you cannot explain a Disney park or a theme park unless you go to it, right? There's
Yeah.
no way to explain this experience, because this is something that is just exists. And this event, the Halloween Horror Nights, is amazing because they theme every year. They make a different theme. I think last year was The Last of Us and something like that. I can't, because the series, or
Hmm.
was this year or the previous one? I can't remember. So when I went, the theme was Halloween, like the movies. Halloween, the
Hmm.
Jason Voorhees. I can't remember his name. Um, the guy with the knife, and the and the white mask. But then you can say the hockey mask, and that's Jason. Whatever. And Alien versus Predator was another theme, and can't remember the other one. And they made this. They closed the park, and you have to pay an extra fee in order to get to the event. The event takes place after 11 p.m. or something like that until 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. So it's dark, and people are in costume, and the staff from the park, they get dressed and they make events, and it is cosplaying on the highest level you can ever imagine. And then I remember this because I went to the Alien versus Predator part section that they create, and they were the Marines there, like the guys with the guns, and move, soldier, you gotta move, you get being chased, and they make you like, okay, you can start jogging because you're supposed to be chased by the alien, and
Okay.
and then you have to, how to like kind of crouch and go on to to move into a section, but the only way is to go how crouching by crouching like in the
Yeah.
games. And my friend, the person I went with, this guy, he was ahead of me, right? And I start imitating the soldier. Said, "Move, soldier! You gotta move fast!" And he started moving fast.
You tricked me.
and I start moving fast with him, and he was like, "What happened?" And like, I was the guy shouting. And he was, "Oh, you asshole! You sounded like those idiots!" I'm like, "Yeah." It was hilarious.
That's good. That's good. That's good, man.
and
Yeah.
and and that's really cool. And then you're walking through the park, and out of nowhere, you hear a chainsaw behind you, and you jump like, "What the?" And he's like, and he's a guy with a real chainsaw, or well, a prop chainsaw. And it's cool. It's really, really, really cool. I went in 2014, like almost 10 years ago, and it was really, really fun. I that was the first and only time I've done it.
Mhm.
And this is an interesting plan, and it should be great to go with Andrew because she screams.
Yeah, she's gonna scream all the time, for sure. For sure. For
Ah, it's hilarious, but yeah, I don't know those. So yeah, but yeah, Harry Potter, the show. Looking forward to it.
remakes. Only remakes, man. Only remakes. So we were talking offline about another remake, Max Payne. You saw that. Did you play Max Payne 3?
No, it's really hard to come to for console. It's really, really hard. Like I think the price. Well, the last time I checked, I can't remember. The price wasn't like. I was like, this is a 10-year game, 10-year old game. You cannot. I'm not gonna pay something that I don't consider is, or I can't remember what happened. I tried to play it because I was looking into it. I think it's for PlayStation 3 when it was released.
Was it?
I I think it's all by now, and it's supposed to be really, 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 really good, especially because we played the first and the second one back in high school. But no, I never played it, and it's supposed that game is supposed to have technology that up until this day is like really remarkable, especially on the bullet. Because what I read about it is that every time you shoot a gun, every bullet is created and has like their independent physics and trajectory and all that. And so it's like back then that was like whoa. Today maybe not that much, but it's still like remarkable.
Yeah, I was, and I think I am a big Max Payne fan. I don't know why I didn't play Max Payne 3. Maybe because I didn't have PlayStation back then,
Yeah, you didn't have like the console and on the computer. I can't remember.
yeah, but obviously that's one game that I really wanted to play. I didn't like that they made him bold because it just changed so much, like in my mind, what how Max Payne looked. But yeah, I got excited just by the announcement that they were gonna remake Max Payne, uh, 1 and 2. Um, and that's a even older video game, but I think it was just so ahead of its time in so many ways, Max Payne, and it was a silly game in other regards, but it was super
let
fun.
Let me share something with you.
Okay.
It was really mature, like back in the day. Give me a second. Here you go. Let me know when you can see it. And
I'm
let's
trying to
see.
say, okay, let me put it up. That's the guy.
Yeah, okay, so but let's do a memory
Oh
back in
wait.
memory lane. Like let's rewind 20 years ago. This guy is 53 years old. Does he look like someone you remember?
Yeah, that's Max Payne, man.
That's Max Payne.
Especially
And
the
here's the thing. Here's the thing. So you remember how Max Payne 1 they have like this comic book aspect noir,
Yeah, like a
real people doing the scenes,
yeah,
right? Hmm?
like a novel, like graphic novel, but with
Yeah.
still photos
It's,
and stylized something like that. Yeah.
so technology is funny because sometimes when people have constraints or they don't have the resources to pull something off, they get creative, they innovate because they have to, because they got nothing else. So desperation is good from time to time.
Yeah.
um, so say, like when you have to deliver a paper for tomorrow and you just go a full night on and somehow you manage. um, so here what happened back then is that this guy is remedies the studio creative director. Back then, I think he was like one of the only people working there or something like that. And because they didn't have the money or anything to pay someone else to do the things, he did them themselves. So he was playing off as Max Payne. I don't know if he did the voice acting as well. I can't remember that part, but he was the one playing the scenes. Like, hey guys, yeah, oh that's grim, yeah.
Oh.
So that's why Max Payne looks like that, because they didn't have anyone else to pay. So he was okay. I gotta do it myself because otherwise we're not gonna get this game out. And that's why the sprites on the game, like the face on the game, is really blocky because he's
Yeah.
really old, but it looks like him. And this is him today, obviously.
So this
Uh,
is this is the guy.
yeah, it's him. That's him. But obviously, he's younger. So
Wow.
that's
And
him.
now he's like the CEO, like the director or something like that.
Yeah, he is a director or co-director of the Alan Wake 2. And he appears in the game now today. So obviously, when you look at the an Alan Wake now, you're like, this is Max Payne. This is the guy. Well, if you are as old as we are, so that's him. So limitations made him the face of Max Payne.
He is Max Payne. That's crazy, man. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. It's
It's
just
hilarious. It's hilarious. I can't remember where. I think I saw a
okay.
documentary or something like that. I can't remember. And this is him now, and he appears obviously on Alan Wake 2, and Alan Wake 2 has this real live action interpretations of the characters. So he appears and at himself, like actual himself, doing some scenes. And I just look at me like, what's Max Payne doing
In Alan
in
Wake.
Alan Wake? But obviously, he's playing a different character in the game. He's playing a major different character in the game. But he's showing it on interviews and doing his Max Payne's face.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's funny how these things, let me show you, like Sun Lake in let me say, Alan Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
I've seen some clips of the game, and is I just laugh myself off. Let me no, this is not him in the game. Let me it's supposed to look like like this. This is Alan Wake. That for me is like freaking Keanu Reeves, but
Yeah, yeah.
John Wick is in Alan Wake too. Um, but it's a scene like this, and he's sitting next to him doing like an interview, something like that. But I cannot find the scene for whatever reason. Look, this is like the sprite of him in game, but not like the one. And look, this is Max Payne, just hanging around in Alan Wake.
Max Payne is gonna be in the same. It's gonna be in the same universe. They're gonna
Oh,
just.
look, I found him.
Yeah, that's Max Payne. That's it.
I found him. Yeah, yeah. So
With a
this is
different suit because Max Payne was more like
yeah, and it's hilarious because now they remedy this like in universe of games. They kind of combine them. I play Control. Control is it's an interesting game. I wouldn't recommend Control to anyone because it's such a weird game.
I
It's
was
like
actually gonna play it even before you played it. I had it on, like, on my to do list when I had the extra because it
it's
was
good. I recommend it. I recommend it. I
yeah,
I think you're gonna like it. I
it
think you're
was
gonna.
interesting. I was checking it out, and but I ran out of time, um, so I couldn't play it. But yeah, if I go back,
Yeah, no, you should definitely play it. And supposedly, if you have played like Remedy games, you will get a lot of out of Alan Wake 2 because they make so many reference to their games, to their universes, combined universes, that is like it's fun, it's interesting, and this is Remedy. I don't know, Remedy is a weird game company because they make their own thing. I don't know.
yeah, Remedy is not like the others. So what do we have in Remedy? Remedy, we have Red Redemption, uh,
Remedy video
Control,
games.
Alan
Sure,
Wake,
Max
Quantum
Payne,
Break.
Control. They haven't released that many games when you look at them, uh, or things that you know of at
I
least.
know.
That Death Rally. What the hell is Death Rally? I think
Yeah,
I played that thing.
they only have like, yeah, Dead Valley, Max Payne, yeah, Max Payne
Oh,
Two,
Quantum Break was another game of theirs that I never played.
Quantum
Is
Control, Cross X Fire. Yeah, they are very niche.
low profile compared to other game companies. They take their time. I think they are. I can't remember. Let me check. Stock price, founder, future. Finland. They're from Finland. Yeah, they're from Finland, and that's the other thing. Like on Control and their games, they take a lot of how you say that Finnish culture, Finnish mythos and mythology and legends. So they take a lot from their culture and try to put it on their games, and that's also why their games are so weird.
I see. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. This is very, very cool.
Yeah, that's my 2 cents on the on the guy that is actual Max Payne's face, which is
Thanks.
hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What other thing happened during this week? Well, we had BlizzCon
BlizzCon, which
after
now
5 years. I think
I
it
don't,
was like 5 years. Yeah, I think I read something like that, or heard something like that. Like it was 5 years of BlizzCon, man. Um,
I don't.
it,
BlizzCon as a company, I hope big things go well, but it's
you
gonna take
know,
it.
there were some good announcement in that BlizzCon coming from the CEO, like on the same line that we were talking about what we wished. And I said that I wish that Blizzard was separated from Activision, and it was a like independent studio. Basically, that's what the CEO of Blizzard said. Like that Phil Spencer's wants Blizzard, and I don't know if you saw like the headlines from IGN and other companies. Like Phil Spencer wants Blizzard to be its own independent studio, and that the current Blizzard CEO is not longer gonna report to Activision. Is gonna report directly to Microsoft, to Phil Spencer. So I think in a sense Blizzard is at least free from Activision, moving forward. And even Phil Spencer was in BlizzCon. I don't know if you saw any footage from BlizzCon, but he was.
I saw the news, but I didn't like saw the actual event.
I saw some parts, and I've been seeing like more parts like with time. So the introduction was by the Blizzard CEO guy, and then he introduced Phil Spencer, and he was actually there. And so he said a couple of things that they are committed to having Blizzard game to being able to be played like everywhere, like stuff like that. He didn't make like an official announcement of anything that we were like hoping to have, like a news of Game Pass of stuff like that. He just says that they were committed to having now Blizzard be part of their whole ecosystem. But no details, at least on that part. And then on the interviews, the news was that you know Phil wants Blizzard to be its own thing, separated from Activision and King and all the other studios that they just bought, which makes sense. And that was part of my wish, just for them to be able to be free from Activision and let them cook and see what they can come up with now that they don't have like that pressure coming from Activision just to do numbers and every quarter.
I just love how the only thing that is saving World of Warcraft is World of Warcraft is itself, like the original version,
The original version.
which is so archaic and so time consuming. But I don't know, people are finding time for it whenever they can with their friends. Or also, that's so weird. And I don't know if you saw the announcement that they are going to make World of Warcraft Classic Plus. I was like,
I'm part of that community. I still watch a lot of that. Man, people were, so let me say, maybe you weren't like on the ground of what people wanted before. So people wanted Classic Plus for a long time, and what
yeah.
they are very, and they had like very different versions. Everyone had a different version of what they expected of Classic Plus, but the common things were to have like new songs, especially those, or dangers or instances, especially those that were originally planned for vanilla, but
Mm.
that weren't released, right? So Karas, it was like Karas and Catatombs or something like that.
Yeah.
Ashen Bells, you know that there were songs in classic that they never got used. You know that you could go
Mhm.
there and it was just
Yeah,
empty,
that
just,
they took the Burning Crusade to actually finish.
or not even in Burning
No
Crusade.
Raven, yeah,
Yeah,
like the
they,
Emerald Dream and stuff
and
like
stuff
that.
like that. And I think there was like a huge song like in calendar that was not like Desolas or something like that. That was not
Yeah, I think
on.
it's Desolas, also
And,
Silitus,
and High
stuff like
Yellow
that.
Mountain was also part
Hmm.
in the.
Yeah.
So they had all those things were known by then, like the plans that they had, and you can see even videos of the developers talking in alpha of what they were trying to do, but they just got caught because of times and stuff like that, and they released, and then they went into the expansions and they never touched it. So the idea was to be able to go to those zones and finish them and be able to complete like those storylines, maybe have some minor tweaks to the classes just to be able to balance some of them that were really weak, especially like, like Boom Kings, Red Paladins, um, something like, I think the other one is I can't remember right now, but yeah, Boom King, Red Paladins are just on the top of my mind. Like needed some shamans also a little bit, needed some tweaks,
Yeah,
and
balancing issues and all that.
balancing, but like just really small, like balancing, not going all the way maybe into what they did in Burning Crusade. So basically those two things, and having like more now end game or stuff, but from the original concepts and stuff into classic, like having almost like a separate storyline now, if you will.
Hmm.
Um, and that was like the main idea. Some people wanted more, some people wanted less, but that was, those two things were the main idea. And now with this season of discovery, as they are calling it, they are doing, they announced part of that because they announced like the incoming rates, and some of them were Karasan, maybe Numberman, and they teased three other rates that they
I
were doing.
hate that place. I hate Nowhere Man. It's like a nightmare fuel for me. It's like, oh, I hate
Now it's going to be a
it.
raid, right? So that what they are going to do is
Yay!
take them and turn it into raids, and a part of Karazhan that they never used. I think it's the Catacombs or something like that. I don't remember the name right now. And now the season of discovery, what they're going to do is that they will have like soft, or yeah, caps, level caps. So the first level cap is going to be at 25,
Hmm,
and
yeah, I
you're
read something about that.
gonna have a rate at 25 that's gonna be desolate. It's gonna be deep fathoms. I think it's gonna be. So they're gonna take the dungeon and just have new encounters, new mechanics, and new stuff for a raid. So basically, they are reducing like the outline of the dungeon, so they don't have to design like the spaces and stuff. They're just gonna use the same space, the same instance, but they're just gonna change the NPCs and the bosses and the table loots. So now it's a raid with more, I think, challenge. And so you're gonna be that level 25, and then they will keep moving up as, I don't know, they progress in the seasons, which people like that part. Some of the controversies, and it's okay because it's just a season and they can scrap it, and just if they don't, if people don't like it. But people, they also announced having um runes as powers. So some powers, abilities that you could, that were introduced like in other expansions, you can get as runes. So think of them as glyphs, basically, and you can learn abilities that you don't have in classic vanilla, just to mix it up. Which that part is good. What I didn't like is that she said something like, now you can tank as a warlock or you can heal as a mage. That part is like,
Oh
hey,
yeah, like a multi-class system. I yeah, I read something about
it's
it.
not a multi-class system. It's just glyphs. Think of glyphs, and if you're a mage and you find a glyph for flash of healing, that is an actual spell, then you could use flash of healing, and you have like slots to be able to equip, just like glyphs, man. You have like, I don't know, three slots to fill, and you can put in three glyphs whenever you want, and that glyphs will give you one spell. It's just a glyph with, and you find it on the world or something like that. Maybe someone drops and then in theory, if you find, for example, if you're a mage and you find flash of healing, then you will be able to use that spell. Which okay, it's just an experiment. This season of discovery is not like it's going to be permanent. It's just a season. That's why they wanted to call it season. And they are trying new stuff. But as you said, that this is what is keeping World of Warcraft afloat, while they try to fix retail. And people are excited, man. People, those servers are full. The Wrath of Lich King servers are full. The hardcore servers are full. The classic vanilla era.
It's so weird. It's so weird. It's
Man,
so
you
weird.
know why? Because it's not like, I know that you have in your mind that that game is so tough, but it's actually easier. It's actually easier than BFA. It's actually easier. And you know what? Because back in the day, in classic vanilla, people knew nothing about the game. Everything was new. Everything, you didn't have as many resources. People had bad computer lag, internet. We had a guy that we call what war laggy in our guild.
What like or
You
like it was
remember that?
the legend.
And people pc, we had like horrible computers, and the screens were not good. People didn't realize when they were standing in fire, just because
They
you know
couldn't see
their
it.
monitor were squared and they couldn't see it. And now everyone has like a better computer, at least for
Yeah, well, WoW can be run by today's standards. WoW can be run in a phone. I think.
I've seen people play it on phones, man, and at least the classic vanilla, right? Because it's just low polygons, low textures, and stuff like that. And so it's just an easier game. Yeah, the leveling is longer, but at least what we got to play, for me, leveling is the fun part, right? It's just
Yeah, leveling is
because in
fun.
BFA and I don't know, retail, after Cataclysm, leveling became just a sure you needed to go
Something
through
you get done. You gotta get done with.
to be able to play the real game,
Yeah, because the game started when you
At-
were able to raid at max
and
level.
but vanilla and classic WoW wasn't like that, right? Like the game was 1 to 60, and then if you wanted to continue doing raids or stuff like that, or you could, or PvP. But the real game was 1 to 60, and I think that's what people are enjoying the most, right? Like the different tweaks that you can have in playing, in leveling, and now with hardcore, like dying and then starting back again. It's just like it basically hardcore for me. It's just like a Souls game. It's just like now
Yeah, yeah.
it became like a Souls game to people like, hey, I died. Yeah, but now I get to go back and learn from it, and some people, and it's still popping, which is amazing. The popularity of hardcore with that Mokora tournament and other types of events, people are really enjoying. Um,
Oh, that the Makara for me is insane.
that
Someone
part
that
is insane because it's a 60 character fully geared. If you
and,
die at 20, it's
and
okay. You just
and it's not just fully gear. It's how how you can, well, back then you could build characters in a way you can actually build like a warlock that could tank because they got so much HP, and they are so annoying because of it. And then you gotta. My issue with hardcore is that I understand how it works, and that's why I don't wanna subject myself to it because I know what it implies. I know how much time it's going to take, and
and
maybe
then
for
to lose
someone,
it.
and then to lose it, and then for someone that doesn't, because I have a friend that I used to work with. Oh, Warcraft is so cool, and I was like, yeah, because everything is new for you, and
That's the fun
everything.
part. That's the fun
Yeah,
part.
that for me it wouldn't be new, and know how long it will take me to level a character or to
But
farm X or
but
I don't know.
I think that's the issue because you still have the mindset of retail. Like you still see
No, it's not the
leveling.
mindset. It's that I don't have the time. I want to play other things.
Yeah, or you want to play arena, or you want to play raids, or you want to. Or at
Or
the end
no,
game.
it's just another, no, just another game. Like maybe
Okay.
like I played this past month
Yeah,
like
yeah,
7 games.
yeah. You are the different, but for me, it's just the experience. I think for me, it's the journey of MMORPGs, the leveling and the process and the experiences. Um, I'm gonna have to soon
Yeah, it's
end up.
so bad. Yeah, I know.
She got away, but yeah, it's just the spirit, and it's been popping. So Blizzard happened, BlizzCon happened. Um, so at least good news regarding Microsoft. I think they're gonna do the right thing. At least let them cook and see what they can do without that shadow over them. Other thing that happened, man. Marvel Spider-Man 2 sells more than 5 million copies in 11 days.
It doesn't surprise me. It's like because my wife is like such a Kratos fan for whatever I don't
That's
even
they don't understand
I
that.
don't even saw the idea. She just thinks like, oh, but this is amazing. Like, yeah, it's good. Like, no, but this is above everything else. And like, it's,
It's
it's
not. It's
no,
not.
yeah, I know. God of War is an amazing
It's
saga.
amazing.
It's an
Yeah,
amazing saga,
but it's not about everything
but
else.
but like Spider-Man has everything going on in for them because like my father or even my mom that doesn't have any culture, gaming culture or comic book culture, she knows who Spider-Man is.
Yeah,
But it's not the same thing for Kratos or God of War. Like, yeah, who the fuck is that guy? Who's the bald white guy? Yeah, like any like my I bet my grandmother knew what. Oh yeah, Spider-Man, the guy that with the web thingy, swinging around. Like Spider-Man has like that. We all know what or who Spider-Man is. Not, but it doesn't go the same way for God of War.
yeah, and in terms of sales, it's just amazing because this is a PS5 exclusive, right? This is
This is
not,
a console seller.
and no, what I mean is that this is not also on PlayStation 4. This is only
No, yeah,
PlayStation
that's
5.
only it's
And,
exclusive
and God of War Ragnarok, for example, was PS4 and PS5.
for both.
And this is just PS5. This is 5.1 million copies exclusively for PlayStation 5. this is yeah, that is amazing. It's one. It's now the highest selling game for PlayStation 5, obviously, and the fastest selling PlayStation Studio game over a 24 period. So it sold, I think, more than 2.5 million copies in a day. So it's a success. However you look at it, it's just a great game. I don't think um, it's gonna make it to Game of the Year just because it's, I don't know, it's just PlayStation, and people are getting like um, good games on multi-platform, and maybe that will hurt it. But and we will get the announcement of the Game of the Year awards in 2 days, right? November 13th. So we will see that. I know
Ah,
it will be nominated, but I don't see it winning just because it's a PlayStation exclusive, and people have had very good games cross-platform. For example, Baldur's Gate or uh,
I think
others.
is going to the winner is going to be either Baldur's Gate or maybe Zelda or something like that.
Yeah, but Zelda's still the same thing. It's just Nintendo, and just the bulk of people that played Baldur's Gate is just it's just it cannot be compared to what Zelda or to what Spider-Man does, because just because it's exclusive, and maybe that will get it considered. Although PlayStation has had obviously a lot of Game Award success, but it's just that this year was exceptionally good for video games in some regards, and so the competition is high, especially with Baldur's Gate. I think it's gonna be between Baldur's Gate and maybe Spider-Man. I don't know. I'm sorry, Spider-Man. No, maybe Baldur's Gate and Zelda. I don't think Spider-Man, because it's just they see it as a hero, superhero like uh, genre.
Yeah, the thing with that is that
They don't appreciate it less much.
mm, yeah, the argument there, and I understand it, is that comparing going back again to God of War, but it's like the other PlayStation big one exclusive thing that you can get there, is that this, yeah, God of War is based on something, but it's an original story, right?
And if
Like,
and even God of War didn't win.
exactly, it's an original story. But Spider-Man is like the story we all know, because
We all know
it's,
it. Yeah, we all know
yeah, we all know what happened. We
idiocies.
know who Venom is, his
or yeah, produce.
villains.
Yeah,
The same way that when Batman came out, like the Arkham Asylum series, like, yeah, well, yeah, he's the Joker. We know the Joker, but it's not something new. Out of
yeah, and I think these like words, they punish that type of game, because even though you tried, and I know they've tried a lot, you cannot make like twist on the story. That you can only improve the gameplay. You can only be the best gameplay for
or
superheroes, and I
make it
think
look better and
make
stuff
it
like
look
that.
better. Yeah, and I think Marvel, I think Spider-Man did it, but but then when they compare it to other games, again, Baldur's Gate, they're gonna say story, gameplay, playability and stuff like that. So it's gonna be tough. And just to your point, even God of War didn't win, and again, I think it's just because it was against a great competition, again with a game that was played everywhere. So I think just Baldur's Gate is to this year's Elton's Ring. Like everyone played it, everyone loved it. It was massively successful, and that will, I think, give Baldur's Gate like the push to go and win it over Spider-Man or even over Zelda or something like that. It's gonna be tough for anyone to, I think, win over Baldur's Gate this year, just because it's everywhere. It's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation, it's on PC, and it's great, and people love it. At least the people
Yeah,
in.
Felipe has been playing it and like, oh, it's so amazing. You're gonna like it. Yeah, most likely, but I still got other stuff to play first.
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. I can see that. Okay, man. So I think that's gonna be all for today. all for today. Anything upcoming? You're coming next week here to the United States. We're gonna be.
Yeah, we're gonna. It's gonna be a road trip and museums and stuff, and I just chilling. And I still don't. I still like, yeah, I'm moving. I'm going there next week, and I'm like, I don't feel like I'm going. It's gonna happen later, but no, it's happening
No.
now.
Is this Friday? You're traveling this Friday. You're getting everything
No,
done.
I don't. Yeah, I gotta get things ready.
I
Also,
don't think. I don't think. Just between you and I don't think it's gonna be chilly for you. I don't think it's gonna be chill for you at all.
it's never chill.
I,
There's
I
there's never rest.
I have
Never.
a couple of days like in the chronogram for you to shield like at the end, but I don't think you're gonna be able to shield the first day because it's your wife's first time in New York and she's gonna want to
Oh
have pictures
no.
everywhere and go everywhere and you're gonna be tired every day.
Oh no! If it's not a good vacation, if you don't come back just like really tired or just hurting or just like you need a vacation from your vacation. So yeah, it's not going to be like that. It's gonna be painful. It's gonna be, but it's gonna be fun. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
there are
we'll
gonna be some bumps between the road.
we'll take it slow when we get back here. I'll try to make it even more slow for you to be able to relax a little bit. When after we go after we come back from New York, it's gonna be like one day Baltimore, just a couple of things and pictures and just chill and relax, and then the day in DC, the monuments, maybe that's gonna be a lot of work, but that's
I
it's just
love
one place.
your optimism. I don't even.
It's just the pictures. For you, it's gonna be just the thousands of pictures that you're gonna have to be taken. I know
Yeah,
it.
we should call the guy that is dating your cousin. He's a saint. He is the OG, the next level, the Buddha.
I
I don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know, man. It's just funny. I was talking to Rose. Okay, my man. See you this Friday. So we won't have podcast. Then close it, man.
All right, everyone. Don't forget to follow us on X. God, that sounds bad. On X and all those places, Instagram stories. I got a story coming up. I didn't tell you. You're gonna see it. I'm gonna create one. Among other things, also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, hit the like button, leave your comment below, hit the bell so you don't miss anything coming up. Apart from that, please take care, stay safe, and see you soon.